Hi, Math 206. We are working now on converting units of measure. And we've seen this before when we were talking about area. But with volume, you know that if 1 decimeter is the same as 10 centimeters, so if you have 1 cubic decimeter made up of 1 by 1 by 1 decimeter, that would be 10 by 10 by 10 centimeters, which gives you 1,000 cubic centimeters. All right, so now let's see how that works with our mnemonic. King Hector died by is my base, drinking chocolate milk. Every time that you move, say from decimeters to centimeters, you're multiplying by 1,000, which moves your decimal point 3 places. So every hop along this mnemonic gives us 3 decimal places move either to the right or to the left. Let's see how that works with when we're trying to convert 5 cubic meters to what is that in terms of cubic centimeters. So with cubic meters, we'll start here with our base, and I want to move to convert that to cubic centimeters. So that's 2 hops, which is 3 places plus another 3 places, or 6 places right. So here's my 5, and I'll move that decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, introducing 6 zeros after the 5. So 5 cubic meters is 5 million cubic centimeters. All right, let's do the same thing going from cubic millimeters to cubic centimeters. I'll go back to, this is my favorite, my mnemonic, from cubic millimeters to cubic centimeters. That'll be moving the decimal point 3 places to the left. So here's my decimal point. I'll move it 1, 2, 3 places to the left. So 12,300 cubic millimeters is the same as 12.3 cubic centimeters. All right, let's see how that works now in using liters as my base measurement. And this is one reason why we don't typically use cubic centimeters or cubic millimeters when we measure volume. We introduce a new unit of measure called 1 liter. And then we can say 10 liters is a deciliter, and then 10 of these deciliters is a hectoliter, and then so on and so forth with our metric system. Notice that there's no one-dimensional analog of liters, but we do say that that 1 cubic centimeter, we'll say that that's one, we'll declare that to be 1 milliliter, and then we'll move on from there. Say 10 of those is a centiliter and 10 of those is a deciliter. But other than that, we're saying that there's no one-dimensional analog here for liters. Let's do some conversions. And again, we can use King Hector died by being your base, drinking chocolate milk. And here, every one hop equals 1 decimal place. All right, so 27 liters, how many milliliters is that? So going from my base, 1, 2, 3 hops to the right gives me 3 places. So I'll take that decimal point and move it 3 places, 1, 2, 3 places to the right. So that'll be 27,000 milliliters. How about 362 milliliters? How many liters is that? So be staying here at milliliters. Hop 1, 2, 3 places to the left. So that would move your decimal point 1, 2, 3 places left. 0.362 liters. Let's go from milliliters to cubic centimeters. So it turns out since 1 milliliter is equal to 1 cubic centimeter, we can do this conversion because, again, this is not within my metric system with liters as my base. Here I'm actually converting to a different base unit. So 3 milliliters would be 3 cubic centimeters. Now let's convert from cubic meters over to liters. So my thought would be to first go from cubic meters to cubic centimeters, from cubic centimeters to milliliters, and from milliliters back to liters. So let's go ahead and do that. 3 cubic meters, what is that in terms of cubic centimeters? So starting from cubic meters, I'll go 1, 2, 3 hops to the right, or sorry, 2 hops to the right to find cubic centimeters. So that'll be 3, 6 places to the right. So 2 hops or 6 places right. So 3 with 6 zeros. So that's 3 million cubic centimeters. All right, so now cubic centimeters is the same as milliliters. So now we have that is 3 million milliliters. And now I can go from milliliters back to liters, back to my base. So that would be taking my decimal point and moving it 1, 2, 3 units to the left. 1, 2, 3 units. So that'll be 3,000 liters. Now let's do conversion using the English measures of volume. In the English system, of course, we've got inches, feet, and yards. And if you make the cubes with those units, you get cubic inches, cubic feet, cubic yards. Now you've got gallons and quarts also, which do not have any one-dimensional analogs. But there's 4 quarts in a gallon, or you can say 1 gallon is a fourth, or 1 quart is a fourth of a gallon. And then we also have this conversion that 1 gallon is 231 cubic inches, which allows me to go back here. So let's do some conversions from cubic yards to cubic feet. Let's remember that there are 3 feet in every 1 yard. So if I cube both sides, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. That gives me 27 cubic feet for every 1 times 1 times 1 is 1 cubic yard. All right, so then to go from cubic yards to cubic feet, what I'll do is divide by however many cubic yards there are, so 1 cubic yards, and multiply by cubic feet. So that's 27 cubic feet, which allows me to cancel out yards and leave me with feet. So I have to do 45 times 27, which is 1,215 cubic feet. All right, now let's do cubic inches all the way to cubic yards. First, I should know how many cubic inches are in 1 cubic foot, and then I can go from cubic feet to cubic yards. So remember that there are 12 inches in every 1 foot. So if I take the cube with 12 inches on a side, that'll be 12 times 12 times 12, or 1,728 cubic inches in every 1 cubic foot. All right, so here's how we do that. Let's take 4320 cubic inches, and I'll divide by the number of cubic inches there are in a cubic foot. So divide by 1728 inches cubed in every 1 cubic foot. And then I'll go from feet to yards. So I'll divide by the 27 cubic feet there are in every 1 cubic yard, which will get rid of feet for me and leave me with yards. So I'll do this computation now. Take 4320 and divide by 1728. once you get that, divide again by 27. So this will give you approximately 0.09 if you round to the nearest hundredth. 0.09 cubic yards. All right, now let's move on to gallons. Let's take 10 gallons and find out how many cubic feet there are there. So again, I have that 1 gallon equals 231 cubic inches, and that there are 1728 cubic inches in every 1 cubic foot. So let's do this calculation. I've got 10 gallons, and I'll divide out by the 1 gallon that there are in every 231 cubic inches. And then I'll again divide, that'll get rid of gallons for me and leave me with cubic inches. Then I'll divide again by 1728 cubic inches in every 1 cubic foot. So the calculation I'll do is 10 times 231, and whatever that is, divide by 1728. This will give me approximately 1.34, say, if I round to the nearest hundredth of a cubic foot. All right, last one. Let's do another conversion. Again, I'm hoping that you pause these, try them on your own, and then compare your answer. So let's go from cubic feet to cubic yards. If I've got 3 cubic feet, remember that there are 27 cubic feet in every 1 cubic yard. So I'll take these 3 cubic feet, I'll divide out by the 27 cubic feet for every 1 cubic yard, which will get rid of feet and leave me with yards. So basically, you're taking 3 divided by 27, which you could write as 1/9, or say it's approximately 0.1 cubic yard.